Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. And as you can see on the title of this video, today's video is something completely different than the usual channel's videos. So as you can see, today we're going to talk about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now this channel is not based on those kind of things, as you guys know. It's more of my car life, but I did get quite a few comments about Bitcoin, what I think about it, and if I made money from Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. One of the reasons why is because I do have a link in the description of my videos, basically a bonus, like you get I think $10 worth of Bitcoin if you sign up through the link in my description. So people ask me like, hey, I see this link, do you make money from Bitcoin? Did you make money from Bitcoin? So in this video I want to share my thoughts about it, and by no means this is financial advice. You have to do your own research and understand what you do before you invest. Don't do something because someone else told you it's good, because it's your money, and if you lose it, that person is not going to take credit for it. So always do your own research and just don't take things from others. If they said it's good, don't think it has to be good. So let's talk about Bitcoin first. Now Bitcoin, first of all, there's two different things. There's something called trading, so trading, leverage trading, and then there's basically hodling, which is buying physical Bitcoin and just keeping it in a wallet. So number one thing is, I would say, is if you do trade, it's very, very risky. I definitely wouldn't recommend that, especially if you're not a professional. I would definitely stay away from that. So, you know, there are plenty of YouTube channels out there trying to convince people to leverage trade and they'll make big money. Believe me, over 80% of people that do leverage trading lose money. So just my personal opinion is beware. If you don't really know about trading, leverage trading, keep away from it, because that will definitely make you wrecked. You know, that will take your money. So avoid that if you're not a professional trader. On the other hand, something like hodling, meaning that you buy Bitcoin or other crypto and then keep it in your wallet, that is a lot safer, because let's say if you're going to buy one Bitcoin and if the price goes down, you still own one Bitcoin. If the price goes up, you still own one Bitcoin. So either way, whatever the price against fiat, against pound, dollar, whatever it is, you still own that number of crypto. And here's, by the way, something quite a lot of people think, that you have to own one Bitcoin. You can buy $100 of Bitcoin and invest it. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin for a start. And people always think you have to buy a whole one. So that's just on a side note, you don't. You can buy even $10 of Bitcoin. You can even buy, any number you want. Now speaking about hodling, also, you have to be very careful where you do store your Bitcoin. So there are plenty of exchanges that have wallets that you can store your crypto or Bitcoin on these exchanges, but you do have to be very cautious, because if an exchange gets hacked or if an exchange goes bust, then your crypto is gone technically. So you have to be careful. Exchanges, some of them are very good, some of them are not. So you do have to do your research. As I said, it's always important to check everything out before you go into something. Let's get into other cryptos. So you have so many different altcoins, you call them. You have Ethereum, you have Bitcoin Cash. There's literally thousands of different cryptos. And here's another thing you really have to be careful. Every week there's probably new cryptocurrency. So you do need to be smart, and in my personal opinion, I stay away from all these different kind of altcoins, because in the end of the day is a lot of them are just BS. You know, they just come out with things and they don't really have anything behind it. So if you invest in anything like Bitcoin or Ethereum or any of those kind of cryptos, for a start you should really understand what the crypto is about. Okay, if you don't know what Bitcoin is, before you invest, do your research. Try and read through I would say the white papers of Bitcoin, what it is and what's the plan for Bitcoin, what's behind it, why is it worth value. And the same should be with any other crypto. You should understand why it's worth value and understand the logic behind it, because if you just invest in something because someone told you that's good, It may be good, but it may be not. So it may be good, but it may be bad. So that's just something you have to consider. If you're looking to invest money, there's a few rules you need to know. Number one is don't invest all your money. So you can't put all your bags, all your savings in one thing, because if that doesn't work out, you don't want to be scratched out to zero, okay? So that's number one. You take a little percentage that you can afford to lose that is not going to kill you. It's not going to make you broke, okay? So that's a very important thing, because a lot of people going like all in, hoping that's going to moon, and if it doesn't turn out that way, they're basically broke. So be smart. Don't invest every penny you have into something. That's just in general, not just crypto, but in general, you don't invest everything you have into in a future investment, especially if it's a long-term investment. So here's the second thing that I was going to say. Bitcoin isn't a short-term investment. Some people think they'll put in, let's say, $1,000 in Bitcoin, and then a week later they'll make nice money, or 2 weeks later. No, it doesn't work like that. A week later it can be valued less than $1,000. So if they put in $1,000, a week later it can be worth $800. So it has to be more of a long-term strategy. So a year, 2 years, maybe longer than that. It's not going to work out if it's short-term most times. Say if you have $1,000 that you want to invest in Bitcoin, and you know you're going to need that $1,000 in a few weeks time, then you should not put that money into Bitcoin or any other investment, because sometimes things can take longer than anticipated. And especially if it's an investment means it's a risk, okay? Nothing is guaranteed. No investment in the world, not just crypto, any investment does have a risk. And if you're taking money and has a potential risk, and you know you will need this money very soon, then you should not be investing that money. But speaking about this is traffic jam here. But speaking about my personal opinion, I think Bitcoin long term, you could be making nice gains. You could be losing money too, so there's no guarantee, as I said. But I personally believe over the years it's going to be valued a lot more. If you look at the chart through Bitcoin's history over 9 years, it's only been going up. So another thing is, you got to look at the big picture, okay? Many people get very panicked when the price of Bitcoin drops 5%, and especially in Bitcoin, these things are very common. It can drop a lot in a day, it can go high up in a day. Bitcoin is not the standard market like everything else. So I definitely would say it's more of a long-term holding investment. So I would definitely say it's more of a long-term holding investment. So you got to be smart, as I said. Don't panic. If it drops up a little bit, up or down, it's over the long picture. And of course, by the way, we do have the Bitcoin halving this year, so around May time. If you don't know what all these things mean, you should be researching everything before you even try and invest. So we do have the halving coming up, and usually, historically, after the halving, the price always goes up. So this could be now a good buying opportunity. I don't know. I'm not giving you financial advice, but it could potentially be that. Do I think Bitcoin is a good investment? Me personally, I would say that I would personally invest some money in Bitcoin. However, I personally would not go all in, because everything has a risk in the end of the day. But I do believe that there could be a good future potential in Bitcoin. I mean, especially through the 9 years of Bitcoin, and every year people say Bitcoin is going to go down to zero. Bitcoin is going to go down to zero. I mean, people have been saying that for 9 years, and look at it. Bitcoin has been like the highest performing asset over everything. So is it still going to go up? I believe so, yes, over long term again, not over short term. So this is just my personal opinion, and this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a trader. I'm not a forex trader. I'm not a crypto trader. As I said, I'm not really a trading person. Trading is very, very, very risky. As I said, over 80% of people lose their money trading. So leverage trading is definitely not my thing. I've done it years ago. I've lost a lot of money through that, so I wouldn't recommend it, especially if someone is not really a proper expert. As I said, I would rather be hodling, meaning I'd rather keep my bags of crypto. And if you don't really know much about crypto, I would definitely recommend you do your research first before investing anything. And be careful, guys, because there are plenty of scams out there. There are plenty of different cryptos that are scams, have nothing behind it. So you have to be smart. I personally would say stick to the main thing, stick to Bitcoin, or the top other crypto, like Ethereum, those kind of things, because guys, there are just thousands of cryptos, different cryptocurrencies, and yeah, I would say 98% of them are probably BS. So just be careful, guys. And as I said, if you do decide to buy some, be careful with exchanges you use. Try be on the safe side, because unfortunately people or companies are taking advantage of people in the crypto space. And you have all those kind of people as well that kind of promise you all these programs to guarantee you'll make money, blah blah blah. Guys, don't be silly, guys, don't be stupid. You know, if someone guarantees you that they'll make you money, you know for a start they're BS. So there's no guarantee in anything in life. And of course, if you do decide to purchase some cryptocurrency, you can get $10 free by buying through the link in the description. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, if you like this something different than the usual thing, please give this video a thumbs up and add a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about all of this, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye now.